take away your name, if you are simply part of the human race, and if there is nothing to separate you from the crowd, then what is the difference between you and a gazelle? What is the difference between you and a bird flying in the sky? There's no difference at all. Everything that you recognize as human comes from the fact that you have a name. You are you. You are an individual. You have a unique identity. Yes, you belong to the vast tapestry of life. You belong to all that is happening around you, but you are still you. Why the name? Why can't you just be like every other creature of existence? Why do you tear yourself away from all that is happening? Why do you long to climb that mountain of wisdom? What pushes you higher? What is this longing for liberation that is unique to you? Physically, there's not much difference between you and other creatures of existence, but inside, you are something totally different. There is not even a comparison. What is happening inside you, what you're longing for, what you're dreaming about, has nothing to do with the animal you. You are in pursuit of something higher, something deeper. And how do you know this? You know this by the stages of growth you have experienced within you. Metaphorically referring to the child, the youth, and the adult, he is talking about the spiritual growth. There was a time when you were just a child in the womb, just an expression of innocence. You didn't know what life was. You were vulnerable. And then you became a watchful youth. You began to observe life. You began to learn about yourself and the world. And you stood guarding the gates of your being. You wanted to know what was coming in, what was going out. You became vigilant. There comes a time in your life when you are most vigilant. Because now you know that you are something unique, you are something different from the world, from the people around you. There was a time when you were simply tumbling amidst of people, amidst experiences without much resistance. You gathered whatever you could gather. There was no conflict. But the day you realized that you are something unique, the conflict began. You started watching all your experiences. And you only allowed those experiences to touch you that had some meaning, that had some higher purpose in your life. If not, you knew that it is just a slipping away from your higher ideal. All those moments when you were unable to guard the gate, you were unable to stand firm on your values, on your understanding of life, you knew that it is a slipping away from which you have to gather yourself back. You have to pull yourself back. This is your youth. And then you became an adult. Finally, in your solitude, in your silence, you realized that the best place to be is at the mountain tops, under the vastness of the sky. Yes, this is a completely different reality from where you came from. Gone is the comfort of the womb. Gone is the watchfulness of the youth. Now you are under the open sky, reflecting on the nature of reality, reflecting on that rare phenomenon called individuality. I am me. Now you are like that golden eagle flying in the sky. The sky is vast, but you're not afraid. Very few people can get to a place where they are not afraid. They are certain about who they are, what they're doing. For most others, life is a journey through fear. It is only that inner longing that separates you from animals, that inner longing that makes you a human being, that pushes you higher. Sankara talks about the individual spirit that sits on a tree like a bird. Now, he compares the tree to the world, samsara, with all its layers of ignorance and confusion. Amidst of all this, who are you? Are you your thoughts? Are you your desires? Are you the future of who you are that you're envisioning for yourself? Or are you something that is already complete at this very moment? What if it's only a realization that is missing? What if the journey is a lot simpler than you think? What if it is more about unlearning than learning? What if it is more about forgetting than remembering? What if it is more about being than becoming? Then the tree of samsara can be seen as something separate from you. Your entanglements, your attachments are at a distance from you. If only you can see it that way, you can experience it that way. If you don't see this separation, then there is no way for you to begin the process of separating yourself from the illusion to realize the truth of who you are. In Sankara's words, of the tree of samsara, ignorance is the seed. The identification with the body is its sprout. Attachment, its tender leaves. Work, its water. The body, its trunk. The vital forces, its branches. The organs, its twigs. The sense objects, its flowers. Various miseries due to diverse works are its fruits, and the individual soul is the bird on it. From far away, it all seems to be one coherent reality. The tree with its branches, with its roots, with its leaves, with its fruits, and the bird sitting on it. It is one imagery of life. For almost every other creature of existence, this imagery is one. There is no separating the bird from the tree. Because the tree has no need to separate itself from the bird. It has no need to identify itself as something unique. But there is a necessity for the bird to see itself as something separate, because it can fly. It is not bound to that tree. It can choose to move to another tree, or it can choose to move far above, away from all the trees, and fly in the open sky. Escaping samsara, escaping the attachment, deep attachment to life, deep attachment to suffering, is like flying in the sky. It is not to say that you have forgotten all about your attachments. It is not to say you will not come back and land on that tree. It is not to say that you will not again enjoy the fruits of samsara. The difference is that of a bird that knows how to fly alone in the sky, and a bird that is completely stuck on that tree, that has forgotten that it has wings to fly. All it does is hop from one branch to another. Separation is to exercise the full range of freedom that is given to you as an individual, that is your own. And freedom, by its definition, means you are free to come back. You are free to entangle yourself again. But once you know you can fly, what a freedom it is when the disturbance is too much. When there's a strong gust of wind and you're unable to sit on the branch. When it's time for you to just be alone, away from all the other birds, away from all the noise. Just that freedom to know that it is possible for you to fly away anytime liberates you from inside. Even when you're not flying, the realization that you are a creature that can fly gives great comfort, brings true contentment, true joy. That is why a man of wisdom, an individual who has made conscious effort to know about themselves, amidst of all the turbulence of life, there is a sense of calmness, which they can always return to. Yes, they can also get entangled. They can also forget that they can fly. If you're spending a lot of time listening to the voices of other creatures who have forgotten how to fly, it is easy to think that you also don't know how to fly. In moments you will forget. But when you remember, it is a liberation unlike any other.